Let's go to another major story that we are following as well out of the Milwaukee area, Waukesha, Wisconsin, to be specific. Of course, the jury selection began today in the trial of Darrell Brooks Jr. And you know that name because he drove his red SUV into that Christmas parade last November in Waukesha, killing 6 people, injuring so many others. We're being joined right now by Fox 6's Sam Kramer, who is in court today. Sam, good to see you. What did you learn and who did you speak with? And are they anywhere near seating this jury?
Hi there, Andrew. Thanks for having us tonight. It's an eventful day that really is supposed to be a procedural day here in Waukesha. They summoned more than 300 people all the way back to April, knowing that the publicity and really the impact of what happened last November is felt all throughout Waukesha County. What was supposed to be, again, a procedural day had a lot of hiccups along the way. We counted at least 11 pauses because of outbursts from Darrell Brooks, who is representing himself in this trial, preventing jury selection from actually starting until the afternoon. Today, they only interviewed about 41 potential jurors. 7 of them have already been struck. Now, to be clear, Judge Jennifer Darrow set a decorum order. She limited what we could say, what we can actually record video of, even audio of during this jury selection process. We cannot share with you the details as far as the questions that were asked to these prospective jurors or even the responses. But again, what we can say about today is that it was eventful. After a morning marred with interruptions.
I'm not a child. I don't need to be put in a holding cell until cooler heads prevail.
The efforts by Mr. Brooks over the last few hearings has been nothing but an attempt by him to delay, at times to make a mockery of our justice system.
Jury selection in the murder trial of Darrell Brooks eventually began around 2:45 Monday afternoon, with Brooks, who is representing himself, seated at the defense table in the courtroom next door.
Again, Mr. Brooks, I absolutely want you present in the courtroom, but that is for you to decide at this point.
Judge Jennifer Darrow opted to include Brooks through video chat, muting his microphone during the voir dire process. At times, Brooks covered his head with his suit coat and rested his head on the table, which we can't show you due to media restrictions. In a little less than 4 hours, the court questioned 41 potential jurors, striking 7 for cause by the end of the day. Judge Darrow says she wants a pool of 36 so that both sides can challenge or remove jurors as needed. So again, they hope that process, prosecutors, even Judge Darrow herself, said they were hoping to have that jury selected today. Instead, it kicks off again tomorrow at 8:30 Central Time here at the Waukesha County Courthouse behind me. They have about a little more than 60 people coming in tomorrow to go through that exact same questioning process again. The judge said she's looking for an approved pool of 36 people. That way, both sides can strike or challenge certain jurors based upon biases. And a couple things to watch out for tomorrow as well. Just besides from that questioning, the judge will have to rule on a motion from Darrell Brooks, who again is representing himself in the murder trial of Darrell Brooks, who requested each of the 41 prospective jurors interviewed today be struck for cause. But I did speak with the Waukesha County District Attorney Susan Opper after recess, which came quite late into the evening, about 6:30 local time. She said she expects that jury selection process to be finished tomorrow with opening statements to come on Wednesday. Andrew?
You know, Sam, I mean, give us a sense of some of these disruptions. There were 11 today, you counted. To me, it just seems, how are they going to proceed further without more hiccups? How is he going to stay representing himself if he keeps making these outbursts in court? It seems like it's going to delay it even further.
Well, it's a valid question, and I'll start with this. The judge mentioned she has already blocked off virtually all of the month of October for this to happen. She says that's a reasonable amount of time for jury selection, for all of the arguments, the evidence, opening statements, closing arguments, even jury deliberations to happen within that time. So she's coming into this, expecting that they'll have plenty of time on the books for that. But these disruptions were frequent. It was everything from, he was saying he was a sovereign citizen and saying that he didn't have enough time to go through all of the evidence, all of the discovery, after last week deciding to essentially drop his public defenders and represent himself, to the point where his actual public defender, who was, again, just dropped last week, was called to the stand today to testify, to say, no, he actually did have access to all this. They even called up the Waukesha County Jail administrator to say, look, Mr. Brooks had all the time he needed, all the evidence right there. They gave him extra screen time so that he could actually go over some of that e-discovery. So the judge mentioned she thought that this was really kind of a delay tactic, as you heard in the story there. So it is going to be something to watch. Toward the end of this, in the jury selection process, they asked Darrell Brooks if he wanted to come back in to the courtroom, and he said no, he was good where he was, and eventually had calmed down and acted much more professionally, to put it one way, in deciding to strike some jurors. So it's just kind of a matter of wait and see. I think the judge, her patience was probably tested today, but we're going to see how this goes forward, and really dependent upon how he chooses to act, how he chooses to behave, again, at his own murder trial.
Yeah, I mean, Sam, it's stunning that, earlier this year he entered an insanity plea. He rescinded that insanity plea just last month, and now, without any legal training or backing, he is representing himself on really the most serious charges you could be facing, these murder charges, 76 charges, 6 counts of first-degree homicide. So it will definitely be one to watch. Sam, we will be speaking again, no doubt, there live for us in Milwaukee. Sam, thanks so much.
Thanks for having me.